Welcome back to the channel. Good morning. This is Wednesday. This is Wednesday. Only posting 2 days a week is kind of throwing me off a little bit. On my days, it's fine. It's fine. We're gonna get there. I have a few things to talk about. A few things I've been working on. Also, I bought a mic to stick here so that like I can be heard better, because my husband keeps telling me that I can't be heard, that I don't talk loud enough for the videos. And I think it's just him. But I keep forgetting to get it out and figure it out and make sure it's working before I have to make a video. So one of these days I'll have it and we'll use it. I will try to speak up a little bit in case it does bother anybody else. I feel like I can hear it just fine when I play it back, so I didn't think there was a problem. But he does have hearing issues, so it might just be that. First thing we'll talk about is the Sailor Swift. I was working on this a little bit this morning, and this is how far I have gotten so far. That's how much progress I made since the last video. So this is, hold on, let me make sure I don't end up losing stitches somewhere. That would be terrible. This is the seam, and as you can see, it does look a little better up here than it has down these first few, because I'm trying to figure out what the heck she's talking about with the jogless seam, where you switch from one color to the other. It still jogs. I'm not sure I'm doing it right, but this, whatever I'm doing here and here, is better than what I did down here, because these have weird, they look weird. So it is improving. There will be a seam there. It's whatever. I don't even care. I'm gonna like it anyway. So I'm not sure how far down I'm gonna go before I put it on try-on cords and test it out. I will say that I was thinking about this last night as I was working on it. I know that this yarn, the red, this will bleed when I soak it. So I got to use one of those color catchers for it, because I did make something with it a while, like something small. I think it was a small pair of socks. I think I've shown them on here. Not good sock yarn. Much better tank top yarn. But they did bleed when I soaked them, so definitely gonna have to use a color catcher on this, or I'm gonna end up with pink stripes, and that's not the look I'm going for. Although it wouldn't be the end of the world. I like pink. I think, oh, I got half of another project now. I think that it won't be long and I'll be able to do the edging. I mean, obviously holding it up like this doesn't tell you the fit. It doesn't tell you how it's going to fit. But I think that it will. Yeah. I think it won't be too much longer. I might even be able to get to the bottom. And I haven't decided if I'm going to do a hem or if I think I'm going to do, not a hem. If I'm going to do ribbing or an I-cord for the bottom, because I might just do a ribbing. I don't know, I like the bottom of my sweaters to have ribbing, which is why I'm debating for my ranunculus. Instead of, I was talking about doing the I-cord, I'm thinking I'll hold that yarn double to make it thicker, and do a better job with the ribbing and just make the ribbing and just make it deeper, because I just think it's the stockinette has to go down further too. And then so I figure about this much for the stockinette, and then the same for the ribbing, and then that should be done. One of these days I might get that put back on the needles, but we haven't done that yet. So I haven't even looked to see if it calls for an I-cord on the bottom, or a hem, or a ribbing, or whatever, what kind of hem she has us put on here. But I think I'm going to go with a ribbing on this one and do I know that the neckline and the arm holes are done with I-cord. Excuse me. My throat gets a little dry this time of year. Pollen everywhere. And I do want to do the I-cord for those parts, but I think I'm going to do ribbing for the bottom. Surprisingly, I turned this on and dry didn't even go crazy, so I didn't even flip the camera around. Look at him. He's just a good boy. And it's before his morning playtime, so I'm surprised that he didn't go berserk and knock everything over. He didn't even come over here. You feeling okay, buddy? The second thing I want to talk about, I worked on my vertebrae shawl. Oh my goodness, my brain's turned off still. This is my vertebrae shawl, and you can't see it great, but you can kind of see it a little bit. And this right here is where I picked it back up again this week. I had gotten this far previously because I had it way bigger than this, and then I decided I had made too many mistakes, and I still made mistakes in this one because it turns out when you don't touch it for several months, you sometimes forget how to read the chart. So I had to relearn that. There's a few minor mistakes, like I think this one's a little bit wonky. This specific row here, or repeat, and then up here these ones are actually done right. So I got back on track with that. It didn't take as long as it took me to figure it out the first time, so that's a plus. And again, I got a long way to go. I do not believe this will get done by the end of this year at all, but I enjoy working on it when I do. I can't work on it for very long at a time but just that little bit really tweaked my wrist a little bit, and I had to give it a break. And so I focused on this for the rest of that day because this was easier. I can hold it loosely. This I struggle because I'm holding too much tension. It's probably a me problem more than a technique problem, but I think I hold it too tightly because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose lace, and I don't want I don't know if you call that lace. I assume you call that lace. I don't want to lose that because I don't know how to fix it, and then I would have to go back. I should put a lifeline in every now and then just in case, but I haven't done that. I might do that when I pick it up again. I might throw a little lifeline in. And I also cast on a new project. Now, this is a sock, and this is way more. This is actually more like a sweater ribbing for me. That's I think I like that for sweater, like just maybe a little smaller, but I think I like that for sweater ribbing size, the cuff size. But anyway, no, this is the top of the sock. And I have put in a, where is it? You can't really see it very well, but there's a different color in there. So this is part of it, because I'm going to do an afterthought heel. And I'm not sure I'm doing it right. So this is a test run to see if I can do it without following. And see, now the problem is I'm reading the instructions out of my Summerly book that I have on how to do an afterthought heel. But she doesn't tell you to do waste yarn. She just tells you how to cut. So I decided to try it with the waste yarn. I saw Nimble Needles do the waste yarn method. And I was like, you know, maybe that's what I need to do. I don't know. I don't know if it'll work because I'm trying to kind of combine the two. And I'm not sure my placement is correct. I did what she said in placing where it's going to go. So I assume that this is correct. And then you have, you do measurement for your foot for how far you have to go by taking out the size you would use for the heel and the amount you would use for the toe. And then that's how, but I'm probably going to just work it until I think I'm at the toe where I would do the decreases. And then put the heel in and then try it on, because this is for my husband. He'll be so happy. I didn't tell him I was making this. I was like, I've started something today and you're going to have to wait until tomorrow for the video. He'll see it in person before he sees the video, but he always watches all my videos. And this is just indicating where the afterthought heel is going to be, pretty much. So that's my, I want to try and get good at the afterthought heel, because I really want to try and just make that my go-to. Because I was thinking about it, and I'm like, would it be easier if you gotta fix a heel to just take the heel off? And you can't just take a heel flap and gust it off, which, you know, but those are so nice. They're cushy. So we'll see how I feel about afterthought heels. Maybe that'll be my new go-to if I decide that I'm good enough at it and I like it enough and they feel good on the foot. I have made one pair of socks with the afterthought heel, and that was the egg socks, the sunny side up socks. But they were a little too big for me, and so I'm giving them to my youngest daughter, who has slightly bigger feet than me. My youngest daughter has smaller feet than me, or our oldest daughter has smaller feet than me. But my youngest daughter has slightly bigger feet than me because she's a little bit taller than me. And so I figured she would enjoy them a little bit better. Plus, I don't enjoy a sock that's too warm most of the time. I like to wear socks most of the time because I like to wear my slippers. And my slippers fall off my feet if I don't have socks on. So I just like to wear socks. Also, I slip my sneakers on. I do have some sandals, but I don't wear them very often because I have a giant dog that tends to step on my toes. So I don't really wear my sandals that often either anymore. So socks are important for me. But summertime especially, I don't want heavy socks. So sometimes I can't even wear my hand knits during the summer. If I'm going to be outside, I will put on regular socks from the store because the wool in the hand knits, it tends to, I don't know, I guess it's because it's warmer, so my foot is warmer, and also I have a sensitive skin when it comes to things that poke, even hair, like even my hair. If there's a piece of this hair inside this hoodie, like right up in here, it will drive me nuts until I find it. He's looking at me. He's like, what are you talking about? So, hair is an issue for me. Anything that's hair-like that touches my skin, I dislike it. I don't like fuzzy sweaters for that reason. I think they're nice. I think they look cool, but they're not something that I'm gonna probably wear. So I doubt I'll ever make any super fuzzy ones. With that, let's see, what am I gonna do though for this week? I know I'm gonna finish or attempt to finish my Sailor Swift. I'm gonna obviously work on this. This I got all done since yesterday, so I feel like this is a possible finish by the end of the week. Now, unfortunately, I only have one set of this size. I need to buy more so that I can do 2 at a time, instead because I decided I like to do 2 at a time, but I don't have enough needles to do 2 at a time. I do with my little silver ones, but with these ones, these are 2.5, I think, and these are slightly bigger. I don't know why. I don't have more of these, but and somewhere I bought more of these. Somewhere I have more of these so I can make myself socks on my tiny needles, because I do like those. But I don't know where I put them. There's a whole new box of them somewhere, and I don't know where they're at. I might have to buy more, and then I'll find them. That's how it works. With that, I'll let you guys go. If it's your birthday, happy birthday, and I will see you in the next one.